Jeffrey Emmett's a bitch.
Is this thing on?
Yeah, because that's what happened when you don't show up. Shit gets real quick. I always have to fill in when Jeff's not here, but we're here. That's what's important, right? Someone's here to man our way through to the weekend. Welcome to Uncensored Radio for UCR Live. So it must be Thursday in Australia. No, Friday in Australia, Thursday in the US. I know what day it is. I know everything's fine. It's okay. We know what's
It's
happening.
Steve's birthday weekend.
Hey.
What?
Any big plans?
Big
Stevie?
2-1.
Yeah, 21 again. I am. What am I doing? I'm going. So we have work. Oh, Miss Tisha, hello. How are you, lovely? How you going? We love Miss Tisha. I am going. I'm working tonight, so we have a ghost hunt tonight. But we're going to have dinner before the ghost hunt tonight, and then we were meant to go like away for a family thing and like have a nice like little weekend away, but that didn't happen. More on that later. Look, I know who you are, girl. We know who you are. I met you. I know who you are. So good. Yeah, so we were meant to. Yeah, we see you on TikTok, Miss T-shirt tail. Yeah, so I'm going away. We were going away, but then very last minute, I was like, I'm not doing anything. And then I should have like drinks. So I very quickly found a venue for some drinks. And yeah, so I just have a little bit of a drink on Saturday night, getting a bit crunk, getting a bit turned. That's about it. Yeah, look, I don't really see the... Oh, yeah. Oh, baby, we're going to be talking about Miss Angela Bassett and the BAFTA's horribleness. Stick around. Stick around. I got things to say about Andrea DeBose. I got some things to say.
I gotta Google that shit.
Well, you'll have to say. All right. Miss Christina, how are you today, my love?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, I'm good.
I'm good.
What's happening in life? What's going on?
Nothing. I really can't say anything big has happened this week. The kids are sick. I mean, my daughter is sick. She's got an ear infection, so that was fun. Getting kicked out of daycare on Monday and having to pick her up. But other than that, doing great. I really can't complain. Work's good. Life's cruising here.
Well, if you can't complain, what's the good in that?
I can complain, but honestly, it would be more than an hour, and it would take over the whole show.
We don't have that kind of time.
If you want to do a therapy session, I'll sit back and I'll talk as long as you want. But
it's not real. It's not real talk round table. So,
yeah, no.
You know,
not right now.
So we save it.
Later.
He's like feeding a hungry dog. He keeps coming back. We've got Hetero Tim. Hetero Tim, how are you? You managed to come find your way back to us.
Yeah, you don't know how accurate that analogy is. With Melissa laid up from the surgery, there's not a whole lot of eating going on in this house. It's like The Walking Dead over here. So, but yeah, hey, I mean the temperature is warming up. Spring's right around the corner, so feeling good, getting ready, starting the spring cleaning in the house. That's what we've been doing all week, and just about there. So we're doing good.
Cleaning.
I can't help but notice the IV pole over your shoulder there, Tim.
Yes, I do my portion of the show in my quote unquote dialysis room. So I do dialysis treatment from home. So I've got all sorts of medical equipment in the room around me, and I did not notice that the pole was visible. So I apologize for having that prop over my shoulder.
Not a problem. But like I said, the nurse in me is like, that's an IV pole over his shoulder.
Yeah, yes, it is.
Fear is concerned you're running some kind of like house under like fucking I know,
Transfusing
house
your
arrest,
own blood.
transfusion, like
Yeah, well, I just-
white weirdness.
I figured she saw the poll and thought maybe I had some training I could help out her clinic for a little while, but not the case.
Really?
Not the case.
Oh, Miss T Chantel, we're sorry to hear, but hey, if you're looking sexy as fuck,
It's a
you gotta
plus.
roll with it,
It's a
right? You
plus,
gotta keep
right?
rolling with it.
I remember
Look
when
at the
I was a
positive
teenager,
side.
I used to pray for tapeworm.
Yeah, right.
A little tapeworm.
Just a tiny one, just a baby
Tiny
tapeworm.
tapeworm.
And how is Miss V today? How are
Oh
you
my
doing,
god, I'm
gorgeous?
so exhausted.
She's working her ass off, quite literally.
Work for no Sparky. The woman who's supposed to help me out called off twice because a snowman in the North Country farted a snowflake. Can I tell you? She had to get her dog off the doggy daycare bus.
Is that legitimately a reason?
That was one of the legitimate reasons she gave for not coming in. Yes.
Wow.
I know.
She realizes that dogs used to like get left in the yard and stuff, right?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
like
Right.
right, like they are pack animals. They will survive in your house. No, Vera will not be drawn on the topic. She's like, no.
I've said as much as I'm gonna say. Draw your own conclusions. I would like her to come help me in the future. If she could get her
Oh,
into it.
congratulations! That's amazing
Yeah, it
news.
is amazing. Oh,
Whoa.
Body
congrats.
has removed on the
Stage 4
28th. I mean,
cancer.
stage 4 cancer.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, my love.
Yeah.
You are a
That's
legend.
amazing.
That's why everyone loves you on TikTok and social media. You are outrageous, and we love you for it.
Yes.
All right. Well, since we're being unsupervised and there is no Daddy Jeff yelling at us today, screaming about all the things, should we get into a bit of this week's news and views and all the good stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Hot load of hot topics.
Oh God, squirting right in your face. So, should we tackle the name of the show today straight up, because a lot of people did anyone see this Angela Bassett thing that has taken social media by storm? Christina, you're on TikTok.
No, I didn't.
I have not
Christi-
seen it.
Do you want to
Can
see
you
it
believe
right
it?
now?
I do.
Yeah, let's play it.
Okay, we're gonna
Okay.
play it. We're gonna play it. It's on YouTube, so it must be free.
Okay.
It must be fair range.
Everywhere,
So we're gonna
right?
go with it, right? Like, it's if we get a copyright strike, well then, fair use, rah rah, something, blah blah. I don't know. You know, something
Slap on
about
the wrist.
something. Like,
No
it
big
wouldn't be
deal.
the first time we've been in trouble for something, would it? Okay, ladies
No,
and gents, here
Steven.
we go. Shush. Wasn't my fault at all.
You had no idea
Enjoy.
you were underage.
Enjoy.
Steady power without fellowship. Costume wink and you fix this sip. All the ladies in the room, supporting and leading, all here I presume. Hometown, Dolly D, Carrie and Carrie with the C. Dame Emma, I'm so fond. And a girl, you were great and blonde. Danielle D, you broke my heart. Michelle, I've loved you from the start. Angela Bassett did the thing. Viola Davis, my woman king. Blanche Kate, you're a genius. And Jamie Lee, you are all of us. One of us is here alone. All these queens, we need a bigger
Oh, cringe.
So what?
So,
What is the
Ed-
cringe part?
for those
I mean,
of us
I've
that
heard-
don't know, Andrew DeBose is an Oscar award-winning actress.
Yeah, I know
she
who
won.
she is.
She won last year for musical,
West Side
ironically.
Story.
But yeah, playing Anita in West Side Story.
Wow.
She clearly can't
This
rap.
is This was a self-devised opening performance / rap / song / dance for the BAFTA Awards. I've heard a lot of people say it is like a theatre kid's like conceptual dream. Come true, like in a nightmarish fascination. like, oh, it's just like for me. Okay, that's cute. She did the same. She did a similar thing at the Tonys, I think, when she hosted the Tonys, or she guest hosted at the Tonys. But
Yeah, but I think her rap on the Tonys was
she's
written
out
by
of-
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
like, she's out of breath, girl.
That's
Yeah.
that's what it was. It's
You gonna
usually
die.
they tape those first, right? And then you sing it later or lip sync it later. Yeah, she
Don't-
sounded out of breath, like she was struggling there. That's
Be shy. And it's just the reactions to everyone in the room. They didn't know how to read it. Like, I read an article. It's like people it went from bemused to confused to living life. It's like, okay, because Anna de Armas, who played Marilyn Monroe in Blonde, she's kind of sat there and went, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah, it's like everyone is there. Like, wait, should we be laughing? And what did she just say? Wait, what is that?
I think it's kind of lost in translation on the Brits, maybe, because they're British and they're very uptight and everything, and they don't do
I
that.
don't know what
I
her.
don't know.
I mean,
I get
couple of
honoring
those
the
were-
females, like, yeah, it's cool.
yeah, but a
and
couple of those couplets weren't really anything.
what
you
does
know-
Angela Bassett did the thing mean?
I'm
Yeah.
not really sure.
What does that mean?
And Jamie Lee Curtis, you're all of us? What is that?
Yeah.
What is that?
Is that because of
Okay.
like everywhere all at once? She's like it's like that multiverse thing. Like, is that what that
No.
is?
No.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Or is
I-
it because she took off the Spanx and didn't wear makeup? And
Is it because she finally got rid of Michael Myers? I don't know. Like, what is it?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
We don't.
Yeah.
We don't
What is she
understand.
talking about?
But everyone, yeah, they're like, oh, people were so embarrassed. And there's Viola Davis in the background, like Viola's livid. She's like,
Yeah,
that's
girl.
like,
I'm
bad.
pretty sure that when she did that at the Tonys, that
Oh, it's great at the
Lin-Manuel
Tonys.
Miranda wrote it.
Yeah, but maybe don't repeat the same thing so many times because it was
No.
it was cringy. It made me go like this a little bit. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I don't know. It's just
Like, who
a
allowed her to
really
do that?
yeah. It's just that was her
Who
decision. That
wrote the
was her
song?
choice.
She wrote it?
She wrote it because it was meant to be
That's
like a
bad.
Vogue moment, like her Vogue moment
Right.
for all of the
But
females.
did she not perform it ahead of time for anybody? Was it like, hang on, guys? I'm just watching
No,
the
they
minute
did.
really
The
quick.
Call up her girlfriend and say,
Like,
the producer-
"Listen to this shit before I go on
The
air."
producer of the
Yeah.
show came out and said, "No, she's lovely. We loved it. It was amazing." The
No.
reaction has gone viral. There's so many
Because she's
different
famous.
viral
Yeah,
reactions.
and she'll never host again. Can't wait to not have her back.
She's
Yeah.
actually deactivated her Twitter less than 24 hours after it. She's like,
I
Smart
would too.
decision.
I would be embarrassed.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Social
like-
media is brutal, man.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Brutal.
oh, there's some fantastic TikToks though. that
She's
you're like,
never coming back.
you're like, oh, it's like, oh, is that really the right thing to do? Maybe, maybe not. We don't know. But I'm
That's
just like,
awful.
ooh. And it's awful and it's awkward. And like it's like, oh, my whole body went into like cringe mode. I'm like, no, I don't like it. I don't like it. What everyone seemed to have loved though that did happen on American TV. I don't know if you guys saw this. 97-year-old Dick Van Dyke was revealed to be one of the competitors on The Masked Singer.
Unreal.
97.
Wow.
Unreal.
What is going
I didn't
on?
even know
And
he
he-
was still alive.
I
I
knew he
had
was
no idea.
alive. I've actually seen a couple of his TikToks that he did with his wife, where they dance and sing around the kitchen.
Aw.
But I never once in my entire life have watched the Masked Singer. So
Me either.
I did see the little clip where he was talking, and he certainly looked every inch of 97.
Nicole Scherzinger lost her shit and just started sobbing because obviously she must be a big fan of his, and she's like, I'm like, oh god, it's very dramatic. But those
I guess
suits
when
those
you
suits
make
are
it
no
to
joke.
97.
But those suits are no joke. They're heavy. They're
Yeah.
hot. They're like,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
he's- like,
I
and
mean,
he was
he's
wearing a
pretty
full.
spry for
underneath it.
97.
He was wearing a full like 3-piece suit underneath it. I think his was a little bit different. It was on wheels, and he could like just push it around like a walker kind of deal. But For anyone anyone who's been in that kind of suit, you're like, this is fucked. I hate it. I can't imagine singing live in it and then also being 97 years old.
I guess he outlived all that money. He needed cash somewhere, right? Needs some sort of income.
And then
like,
at the end,
I don't know, Dick. All I got is best singer for you. I'll do it. You know.
And then at the end, he gave everyone a bit of supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. It's like,
wow.
You know your audience.
He just did the new Mary Poppins. He made like a bunch of cash doing the new Mary Poppins.
He was just
Wow.
and he just
he
did
was
it on
in the new
stage.
one.
So this is like he did it on stage at like on Broadway as well. It might have been at the Tonys as well. Was he on the same? Yeah, he got up and danced with the cast of Mary Poppins at a performance.
Oh, wow.
And everyone's like, he's dancing. It's like, yeah, he is dancing.
He's
like,
gonna break a hip.
danced his whole life.
Look, it's a good I guess it's a good advertisement for dancing. I don't know how your knees have held up, Mr. Van Dyke, but more power to you. But
they could be doing a weekend at Bernie's thing. He may have died 3 years ago, and they're just trying to.
He also may have totally new knees.
Yeah, he may have a new knees, new hip. I wonder what that's like. It must be nice.
He may be bionic for all we know. At this point, he may just be a head on a robot body.
I got two new knees.
like in Futurama, he's just a head.
Yeah.
He's just a head.
Yeah.
We love that for him.
I got two new knees. They're great.
Yeah.
As my bones grind together every day, I go, those new knees sound good. Like that could be a good thing. Too many years of punishment. In a case of going, gone, though, we do have to mention Jimmy Carter.
I know.
he's on his way out by the looks of it. So it seems to me there's a bit of, I don't know, nostalgia for Jimmy Carter. Like now,
Jimmy Carter.
He
was
was
a horrible president, but he was an amazing human.
It's like,
right, yeah.
Are we doing retrospective selective history while he's still alive?
He could not pass a fart when he was president. He was just dead in the water. He had 4 years of lame duck. But he's done so much since.
Yeah,
I know. It's just like a I don't know, failure to launch as a president. But then, like, I'm going to use this platform. It's like when you don't win a reality TV show. I'm going to use this platform and I'm going to do something with it.
Yeah.
Well, I really think that the problem with Jimmy Carter is that he was elected as a knee-jerk reaction after Ford pardoned Nixon. But the Senate didn't turn over and the House didn't turn over. So they weren't going for any of his liberal agenda,
Yeah.
And he was dead in the water from the day of his inauguration, And there was I heard some pundit, I can't remember who it was, talking about his presidency, and they said that the problem was that Jimmy Carter was not a politician. He was a sincere and honest man who had no idea how to play the game in Washington, D.C.
Well, I don't think
is that the real analysis? I can't say for sure. I was 13 when he was president, but
everyone's like, you're a good president, you're a good man. I'm like, I don't know that you can go into the presidency without, having seen some shit or coming out the same person you went in. I mean, look at how quickly it ages everyone. There's been those time-lapse photos from people's start of their presidency to the end of their presidency.
Yeah.
It's like a high-stress job. God knows how Joe's still going, but he just probably forgets. You're president. Oh, right, cool. I know what's going on. It's
Did he fall again? Was he acting all weird?
Yeah, he did. Did he do a stumble up the jet again?
Did he stumble up the jet? And they said it was like after he was walking funny too, like in Iran or wherever the fuck he went.
Who, Joe?
Yeah.
I haven't seen no news this week. My week has been hell.
No, Vera, what are you supposed to be our news girl?
I'm sorry. I saw the speech. The speech was amazing.
All I saw of Joe Biden this week was Dana Carvey did a spot-on impression on another podcast, and it was hilarious.
Jada
It was so
Harvey.
good.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's a name you haven't heard in a hot minute, isn't it?
Yeah, when I saw it was him doing it like recently, I was like, wow, I haven't seen him. He came out of the woodwork to do this impersonation, but man, it was spot on. It made me chuckle for a while. But it was a good one.
That's a blast from the past. Wow.
I saw Zelensky and Joe walking down the street of Kyiv. Well, an air raid siren was going off and just kept walking like, no, we're not afraid of Putin. That's all I really saw. And
He couldn't hear it.
In Poland.
Yeah, I was going to say he couldn't hear it. He didn't know what was going on.
He's like, is it the Charlies again?
Credit for the shit he does right.
My dad lost his job. That's not a joke, man. Come on. Come on.
You coming on my head? Does anybody else hear that beat? Somebody answer the phone. I can just hear it now.
You guys
Jill, answer the phone.
Say the word origins.
That's all right.
Shader.
The thing in the thing.
He couldn't
even
skip to a pseudonym. He was just like,
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Public speaking is hard.
It is hard. It is
Look
hard.
at the shit we fuck up every week.
That's why people. That's the whole point of the show, really, isn't it? But we did lose. We have had a death this week. Because our show wouldn't be our show without a death. Richard Belzer from LA Law. Law and Order fame.
LA Law. Wow.
I don't know where that came from. Law and Order passed away, and iconically, Detective Munch, like an icon of the show. His famous last words. Did we hear them?
Yes, I did. I did read it. It was
his last words were "fuck you, motherfucker" before he died.
Really?
Yeah.
That's how
Who was he telling to fuck off?
Probably
like
the world.
His agent or something, or like some close friend who got him the show years ago. He's like, yeah, no, for real. His last words were "fuck you, motherfucker," and then out.
Very much Munch territory. Being old, I would guess.
Yeah, they said a bunch of different illnesses.
Yeah, he was old 16 years ago when the show started. Like
he was old. Was it 16 years ago? That's it.
I think so. Well, no, he was in the original Law and Order, wasn't he?
Yeah, right. He had roles on the original, and then he tried to be Jerry Orbach's new partner when Benjamin Bratt left, but they gave him the role of Munch, like a reoccurring role or regular role, when they started Homicide.
Oh yeah, because
Homicide.
Yeah.
That was a good fucking show.
Yeah. He turned. The last time he was on the show, I think he was like a guest star on SVU or something in 2000.
Oh, I didn't realize he was that old.
Yeah.
He was on. They said he was the longest running character of like 11 straight years. He was on the show, and he was all the way through SVU until Maloney left and they started redoing it. But yeah, he was a stand-up comedian. I didn't realize that. That's how he got his start.
Yeah, started on Saturday Night Live as well.
Yeah, they said he was opening for Saturday Night Live, like warming up the crowd and stuff with them.
Yeah.
And that's pretty impressive. And we say he was old.
He used to be on Letterman all the time.
Yes, yeah, right. They did that NBC crossover. Like he was on an NBC show, so they would have him on a lot. But we say he's old, but we're talking about Dick Van Dyke being 90-something and Gerald Ford being 90-something. He's only 78. He really wasn't that old. Died in France, though.
But when someone's on your TV that much, you feel like you see them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My whole life.
You've been around forever. Like, dude, what are you doing here? What are you doing?
I used to watch Homicide with my dad. Like, that's how I originally saw that guy. Like,
Life on the
streets.
Yeah.
It was. That's how I remember as a kid too, watching that show. Like,
I remember seeing him with Jerry Orbach and Benjamin Bratt when like that show first started.
Yeah,
like that was a long time ago.
And that was after like his second renaissance.
Right.
Some people get incredibly lucky, and it just shows how much TV becomes a part of your everyday existence. Like you see these people. Like they're forever alive in reruns and like popping off and coming back and going in. Now, Does anyone watch Dexter? Is anyone a Dexter fan?
Yes.
I
Never
watched it when
seen
it
it.
first came out, when like the first 2 seasons
Oh.
originally like on HBO or whatever it was. Didn't see any of the new stuff on Showtime though.
Well, yeah. So
Oh.
Showtime have decided that they are going to double down. They tried to, I guess, correct the past mistakes, and they're like, you know what, people love Dexter. Let's give them all the Dexter they can handle. So they did a revival series last year, the year before, called Dexter: The New Blood. They are doing a second season of that, but they're also now going to do a show called Dexter Origins, where they go back to Dexter coming out of the police academy and beginning his
Crime spree.
career in the police department as well as the crime spree.
I read today that new show, the Origin show, they're even gonna have episodes of him as a toddler, like the famous container incident with his brother, and but I also read today, I read today that they're not going to be doing the second season of New Blood.
Oh, okay.
That they're gonna leave it as is because they want to put all of their money into the Origin series.
They're going to see. That's code for we're going to see how Origins goes, and if it flops.
Yeah, right. The article said that Showtime has been very non-committal about any of it, but
I'm sure that Michael C. Hall is going to be doing the voiceover. I'm sure.
Like Wonder Years style. Yeah.
He'll narrate. He'll do the narration like Gossip Girl or whatever. He just sits. He's like executive producer or something. He's got some kind of really good deal with that show. So I'm pretty sure he's negotiated himself out of it. So he's like, I'll go in for one day, read all the scripts, and I'm done. See you later. But nice work if you can get it right. Like
Really.
Like, I'm just gonna go, yep, awesome. But
they
have
those voiceover actors that just do like The Simpsons.
Yeah.
The woman who voices Bart Simpson, she's a Scientologist.
So,
she does Bart, Lisa, and she does Bart.
She does a lot
Lisa.
of people, yeah.
She does like a bunch of people.
And Maggie.
And Maggie, yeah, right?
Yeah. And Maggie. Yeah. But there is
that Australian show, like not Australian show, but the show Bluey, the cartoon like for kids.
Bluey, it is Australian.
It is Australian, yeah, they're in Australia. But they what I saw was that none of so Chili is the wife and Bandit is the dad. They've never met in person. Until a couple months ago. And the show has been on for 2 or 3 years, 2 years really.
You don't have
but
to
they said that because of the pandemic, they've been recording in different studios. They've never met each other besides
the modern world. Isn't it amazing? Well, we hadn't met each other in person until last year.
Until October.
But from what I'm hearing, this whole show, what I'm picturing is 4 people in the studio reading a script over the cartoon. I'm not picturing some chick reading a script in her bathroom.
You're expecting everyone together, interacting.
Yeah. You look at Family Guy. I've seen Seth MacFarlane talk about Family Guy about how he's done scenes in entire episodes where he's the only voice actor. Because he does so many different voices that he's like half the time I'm by myself reading scripts. So it's bizarre.
Well, when you look at the outtakes of Disney's Pixar and other stuff, it's just one actor in a sound studio reading a script.
Right.
It's very rare that it's a whole cast thing anymore.
I've done voiceover work, and they were like, you need to be able to do it from home. You have to be able to record from home. So, I've never been in a studio.
It costs money for a sound technician and studio time and
Right.
If you've got a good microphone, a good computer, you can do as many takes as you need to and send them off, and they can produce it. It's the way of the modern world. But so with Dexter getting more life, there is some bad news. If you are a fan of True Blood or 6 Feet Under, both of those shows were in development to return. But they have been axed.
Oh
wow!
I thought True Blood was on a cable channel, and I'm like, how the hell do you put True Blood on a cable channel?
Yeah, so they're not coming. But I understand, didn't everyone die at the end of 6 Feet Under? Wasn't the last scenes showed how everyone died?
I think
so. I didn't watch it. I don't know. I didn't watch it.
I watched season 1, and part of season 2, but I didn't see the whole run of 6.
Oh no, I've seen the whole show. I don't remember
Yeah,
the
they did.
ending
And
for some
the
reason.
ending was where everyone died. Like it showed how everyone died. Like eventually, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah, 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 blah. And like they did the just. And Lauren Ambrose's character got all old and died and whatnot. And it was like a whole moment and all that kind of thing. I'm pretty sure that's what
It's been so fucking long.
It's been a hot minute, but how funny Michael C. Hall was in both of those shows.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Blow it up.
Wow.
Vera, thank you for
Yes.
mentioning Disney. Thank you for mentioning Disney Pixar because they have also returned to the well, as we discussed. They're like, no new content, only old things from now on. So
Yeah.
we've got, Toy Story 5, Frozen 3, and a live action version of Lilo and Stitch. Starring Zach Galifianakis at the moment. So he is the first actor announced, and he will be playing Pleakley. So for those of us that he's like one of the aliens, obviously, that has to recapture Stitch. So it'll be interesting. I don't know, how is that going to stack up live action? That's a very cartoony cartoon.
I would have bet you money that you could not have brought Beauty and the Beast to the stage, and yet it's toured all over the world.
Yeah, but this could be like live action. Like I said, Pinocchio was live action, and the only live action in that was Tom Hanks and the fairy. Other than that, it was all CGI. Yeah,
the live action Lion King. I'm like, there's nothing real on this screen. Everything is like.
Especially if Pixar has their hand in it.
The Lions had a tough time learning their lines.
Even the live action Little Mermaid. Didn't they do the Little Mermaid too?
It's coming out. It looks
coming out.
Sorry.
They did a stage/cartoon version of the Little Mermaid that was on TV a year or two ago.
Yeah.
A live action, a live on stage with
right.
John you talked about it on the show, John Stamos and Queen Latifah and all that kind of thing. It was one of those musical moments. But the actual remake comes out in May. May, I think they've just started,
I think you're right.
They've just started teasing Melissa McCarthy as Ursula. They're like the first look, and all you see is a like a tentacle at her eyes. It's like, well, thanks, Disney. You still know how to tease shit out.
Yeah, right. Thanks a lot.
You still know how to tease shit out. Look, Jeffrey's not here, so no one else is really going to care about this. But Real Housewives of Beverly Hills has begun filming their 12th season, and we are wondering who the cast is going to be. There's been a surprising, it looks like, addition to the cast with one Miss Jennifer Tilly.
That's awesome.
Wow, Jen Tilly looks like hell.
Jennifer Tilly. Now Sutton Strack.
A blonde, I think.
Yeah, Sutton Strack just guest starred on Chucky this season as herself. They did a meta. The whole show's a bit meta. Sutton guest starred as herself with Gina Gershon, which was quite funny, and Jennifer Tilly's sister. They did a whole thing where they went to visit Jennifer because they were worried about her because Jennifer's actually dead, and Tiffany is possessing Jennifer's body in the show, which is an interesting choice. But it looks like Sutton's returned the favor because Jennifer has been spotted and noted on set of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Now that is going to be interesting because Jennifer Tilly is a fucking crazy woman. If you've ever seen any interviews with her, she is a loose unit.
She is she's funny though.
She's funny. I think that's what the show needs is someone that can come in and go, what the hell? But Kyle Kyle won't be our Scream Queen anymore. I mean, Kyle only did 3 Halloween movies. This chickie's done like 700 Chucky movies and a TV series. So come at her. It's not happening, Kyle.
During the height of her career, she was like a late night diva. She was on every show.
She was sexy.
She was in Modern Family too. Like she was
remember she was in Bound with Gina Gershon. It was all sexy lesbians and whatnot.
Yeah.
Tim's like, I know Bound. They made a very funny joke. They made a very funny joke about that on Chucky as well. And I was like, let's just say Gina and Jennifer recreated Bound on an episode of Chucky. And you're like, oh, that's right. This is on Sci-Fi. This isn't on network TV. You're like, oh, we're getting away with this again. Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. It's happening.
That
All
show
right,
was pretty racy. I watched the first 2 seasons
is.
of it. I haven't seen the 3rd season of it yet.
It's we'll put out. That's it. They've just got the go ahead for the 3rd season. So
that was
that's
so
my
then I didn't
problem
make
with
it through the full
binging
second.
is-
Then
You never get back to that. You watch the first season and you never get back to it.
yeah, I've been going through the 2nd season. I've been getting there because it started
Okay.
while we were
It's
over it.
just me.
We started while no, I've done that. I usually do that with shows that I really enjoy. If I know that they've been cancelled or like it's the final episode, sometimes I'll stop watching. I'm like, well, if I don't watch it, it's not finished.
It won't
right?
end.
I can, and then I've bit the ball on a couple. Like, you have to finish this show.
I did that same thing with that show Black Sails that was on Starz Network.
Yeah.
Love that show, and I've seen the entire season, the entire series twice. Still haven't watched the last episode yet because I don't want it to end. I hate that it's going to end.
I did it with Bates Motel because I really, really liked Bates Motel. The acting in it was fantastic. Vera Farmiga and Freddie Highmore. Oh, tick, tick. They were both amazing in that show. And then I found out it was finishing like the 5th season. I'm like, so I watched the first episode of season 5. I'm like, no more. And then it was like 4 years afterwards. I'm like, you should really do it and watch it. And it was great. Like that whole series was great. As a reimagining of Psycho, it was awesome and so well done and so well acted. And
See, I'm just the opposite. If I love a book or a movie or a series and it ends, I'll continue it in my head. I'll read the next chapter.
There is like, there is imagining the future.
I will write the new ending, the ending I want.
Very interesting segue. You know, we're talking about horror. We're going to talk about a little bit of real life horror and reimagining endings because this week the news has kind of exploded with this next story. It has been literally everywhere. Now, in where is it? Where is this happening again? Poland.
Poland, yeah.
There is a young woman that claims she is the long missing Madeleine McCann.
Really?
Yeah, she is saying.
Well, that would be easy enough to prove with DNA.
That's what they're waiting on right now.
Her name is Julia Faustina, and she has like a website, something like whatever. She shares the same birth defect that Madeleine had in her eye. Basically, that's what they're trying to. That's her claim that you know she's close to, because a lot of the lookalikes, you know, have you guys seen? There's been a lot of people that claim to be Madeleine McCann or claim to have seen Madeleine McCann, etc., etc. But this, as you can see in the photo, on her left eye, she has a rare genetic defect that kind of like puts a slash through her iris. As she has the same birth defect in the same eye, she says that it's faded through time. She claims that she has no knowledge of her childhood, but remembers going on holidays. The reason that she has no knowledge of her childhood is she's claiming post-traumatic amnesia as a result of sexual abuse by a pedophile, who she says she does not know the name of or anything like that, but recognizes as facial composites image 4B from the Find Madeleine website, which is one of the ones that, you know, led to Christian Bruckner's arrest thereof.
So where was this woman? Where was she?
She is in Poland.
No, like where was
who
she
raised
this whole
her?
time?
After a certain point,
This is the
somebody had
thing.
to raise her.
They're saying that there is the family has really discussed anything to do with, you know, anything to do with her childhood. Like, they won't be drawn on her childhood, and like there's a big family, like, you know, grossness.
But why now though? Like, where? That's what I'm saying.
That's
Where
what
the
I
fuck have
had
you
to
been?
say. Why now?
Where have you been?
Would be,
Yeah,
would
like
be the question. I mean,
How old is she now? I don't even. I
She,
forgot.
she's 21.
yeah,
She's
of age.
21, but the Madeline would only be 19. So she thinks she's been lied about her age
Yeah,
and all that. And I read an article today that said that she has been asking family for proof of her as a toddler or pictures of her mother pregnant with her. And they always
They can't-
dismiss, you're crazy,
they
you're
can't-
crazy,
yeah.
you're crazy.
there's
And
no
they can't
birth
produce any of the
certificate.
pictures.
There's nothing that you should have if you are someone's child.
Right.
no
Sounds
proof,
like
like-
gaslighting.
Yeah,
No.
it's weird. It's such a weird situation, and it's been
Yeah.
so long since something like this has happened. Like this like calls back to like Anastasia, Princess
That's
Anastasia,
what I thought of
territory,
today.
like,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Lindbergh baby, stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was hard to prove people's and they were profiteering off other people's loss, but it doesn't seem like she's trying to get money. Like
In 2023, DNA science is pretty advanced.
Well,
They
she asked for a DNA test.
Yeah.
She's the one who asked for it. So it's not like you said. It's not like she's trying to profiteer and not be like,
Right.
I don't have any evidence of it, but I'm her. So let's write a book. You know what I mean? She's trying to get the McCann family to participate.
and they are.
in-
They're gonna head over and do the thing, like Angela
Yeah.
Bassett. They're gonna head over and do the thing, but
do the thing.
I can't they say what you will, and I've made plenty of jokes about Jerry and Kate McCann and their love of tapas. But for them to have their daughter missing for so long, and then this to happen, like they think they've caught the guy, he just won't be drawn on where her body is. So the guy that, is alleged to have killed Madeline won't tell them where her body is. So that's why they can't make an arrest, because there's no physical proof.
Right.
So he can't be charged. So they're in this weird holding pattern, and then this girl pops up out of nowhere. It's like, what? Like, it's a very wide now situation. But if she is 21, I guess, or 21 by her, she's legally an adult, I guess, in Poland.
She's saying that like she was raised by some other family, and now she thinks that she is this other person.
Well, so I'm guessing her alleged sexual assault would suggest that Madeline was abducted and sold into sex trade, possibly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would guess that's what she's going, like that would be her assumption.
Yeah.
Again, I haven't read anything further because it is such a developing story that we're not going to know anything for a long time. Once they've done, obviously, genetic testing, it's going to be a yay or nay thing. But
right,
it's like, this is like, especially for not so much her parents, but Madeline's siblings were in the same room.
Yeah.
When that she was abducted. They're grown adults now, and this can't be easy on them. Like,
No.
my sister is missing, presumed dead, possibly died in a horrific, traumatic way, and now this girl, who may or may not be her, is popping up. For what reason?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's one of those things. Like, I don't remember, because when I was reading the article, I'm trying to remember the story because I figured it had a lot of traction when it happened, and I don't remember it. So I mean, it could be one of those things where, she could have been shielded from it. And let's not forget, she has been raised in Poland. Those jokes go a long way. Those are she is Polish. So maybe she's been reading those articles for a long time. She's just noticing the identical marks on her legs and eyes now. So.
You never know.
I don't know. If she's not trying to profiteer, give her day. Find
look,
DNA
let
testing.
it look.
Yeah.
Let her do her due diligence, and if she firmly believes it, she's either going to be proven wrong or right, I guess.
Right.
Now,
Right?
I
That's what
certainly
can come down to.
remember the story at the time.
Oh yeah,
I
definitely.
mean, her
Even I remember
parents
that.
were dragged over the coals internationally. Everybody had an opinion on how dare they leave their children alone
How
unattended. And,
dare
you
you
know?
go? How
Yeah, and it happened in
Yeah.
Portugal too. It said, right? I read
Yeah.
in the article. It happened in Portugal. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing.
But look, what a great segue to this week's view from here.
Oh, I like the little Viewmaster there, Stevie.
Yeah, that's cool.
Updating things. So we were just talking about criticizing parental choices. So, mother of two, Gabrielle Dunn, is being overly criticized, for saying that she puts her girls in an open cardboard box with crayons so she can finish her housework and busy work without
Way to go,
interference.
bitch.
Are her
Yeah.
kids having fun?
Is that child
kids-
abuse?
I'm sure they are having a
kids
blast.
crying about it?
How is that child abuse?
I mean, I used to do that voluntarily when I was a kid. Like, you have an old refrigerator box?
we had a
Give me
box.
some crayons and let me make a fort, and I won't bother you.
Yeah.
I mean,
We
as long as
used
they're
to
not
play
in
with-
chains
with
and collars.
Cardboard boxes underneath my grandfather's porch.
Yes.
Like we were in dirt in cardboard boxes. Like we didn't care. I don't understand how this.
Yeah.
There's an episode of Bluey where the kids are playing in a fucking box,
Bluey.
drawing on
Everything's about
shit.
Bluey.
Like
Everything's
here
about
comes
Bluey.
Bluey again. Like I'm just saying.
And my
like, that's a fucking kid
my
activity.
question for
Like,
the panel, because two of your parents, you are doing the good aunt thing right now, Vera. You're doing the good aunt thing right now, looking after the
We'll
baby.
see.
We'll see. Is this a case of over parenting or over expectation of parenting? Because as you guys said, back in the day, if you had some crayons and something / anything you were able to draw on / be creative with, that would fill in your time. Is there a need
Just
to
a box,
be
man. Just a
is
box.
there a need to be stimulating / supervising your children 24 hours a day? Is that realistic? Christina,
No.
you can go first. Christina, you go first. You're down the bottom.
it
You're
is
shaking.
not realistic at all. I'm sorry. My mental capacity is shit when it comes to having two kids at once. Like I can handle my son, no problem. But you add my daughter into the mix, and I am a mental mess. Like you don't want to come and bother me while I have to watch both of my kids. Like there's no way that I can entertain both of them, keep both of them sane, and then keep myself sane at the same time. So if my kid wants to go ahead and draw in a fucking cardboard box with some crayons, go right the fuck ahead. And if my son wants to draw on anything but my walls, he can. Like again, if it keeps them busy, more the fuck power to it. Again, it's better than her iPad, right? Like I would rather her be drawing with her crayons than sitting on her bed watching other kids play with toys that she has in the living room. Like that drives me nuts. But you know what? It keeps her occupied for the time being. So if this woman found a way to keep her kids occupied for 5 minutes while she can get some fucking shit done, or just take a shit in peace, I fucking award her a fucking medal of honor, because again, I would do it in a heartbeat.
I mean, yeah, look.
I'm gonna go buy a cardboard box now and put them in there tomorrow. Like,
hetero Jim, your 2 cents on the matter?
Yeah. I mean, my stepdaughters they're a little bit older. They're 10 and Haley will be 9. So they're pretty much in the space of being able to occupy themselves, if not help, at this point. But as far as like having toddlers and things like that, I mean, what's the alternative? I mean, everywhere I go, I see, parents handing or even bragging about, oh, my child knows how to use a phone at this point. And it's like, like, I don't understand the glorification of the technology. The babysitter, they used to joke around when we were kids that the TV was a babysitter. Now it's gotten so much worse with handheld devices. I mean, if you can swap out something in the name of creativity or using your imagination, then more power to you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with giving your kids, some old cardboard. We used to like cut the cardboard, like slots in the cardboard, and make like forts and castles out of old cardboard, and color and draw on those. So
Yeah.
I don't understand, why that's an issue for so many people. Like, what's your alternative? Would you rather have her hold one of her children, put them in a sling around her neck while she vacuums?
Yeah.
I don't understand what these people do. And usually it's people who have help in the house, somebody else to watch the children, that don't understand these tactics, to having a child entertain themselves, which I think is productive, not not wrong.
Right.
Isn't that part of the learning process for kids, that they have to learn how to entertain themselves, how to self-regulate their behavior, how to foster their creativity, their imagination, that all that kind of stuff is something that you need to learn. Vera, you come from a time where there was no such thing as an
I
iPad.
was born in the 60s, kids. I saw a lot of shit. Moms and a group of kids was a great day. We turned cardboard boxes into sleds. We rode cardboard down the stairs. We built airplanes. We built forts. If the kids are occupied and contained, how is this in any way neglectful? Now, if she sealed the box up with tape and put it in a closet, you might have a case. But I grew up with lawn darts and freaking baby guns. Nobody gave a shit about the safety.
Slingshots.
We didn't have to wear seatbelts in the car.
No.
I'm sitting way back. It's no problem.
My sister was my baby sister was the only one of the three of us that had a car seat, and it was just like a metal
a bar
rim with a little steering wheel and a horn on it going beep beep.
That would have fully compacted her chest had there been an actual accident.
Fractured all her ribs.
Harness, there was no padding.
She's not. They're not, as Vera said. She's not sealing up the box and mailing them to Abu Dhabi like Garfield. It's not a normal situation.
In a room,
Right.
Yeah, and she is obviously around. She can keep them in she can keep them in her eyesight. They're being creative. They've got crayons. They're not gonna do damage to each other with crayons. They are, being creative. They're entertaining themselves, and they're entertaining themselves together. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're learning how to work together, how to share, how to be creative, how to self-regulate their not only their behavior but their attention span and their that.
The ability to self-soothe and the ability to self-entertain and the attention span, and I mean kids.
The stuff that all helicopter parents really want for their children.
The time that I spend
they can teach themselves.
Right.
On a computer just completely shortens my attention span.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
It's 30 seconds. Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
But when they're not entertained, I'll tell you what happened the other morning. My kids weren't entertained properly, and I was in the shower. My son comes crawling into the bathroom, comes to the tub. I have a curtain. Leans over the tub, slides right in with me
like a seal.
And
he's like, "Hello!"
Soaking wet. Put him outside the tub. I go, Rosario, take him out. Take him out of the bathroom. Go ahead. She picks him up. He's wet because Molly was wet when she touched him. She drops him. He's wet. He's wet. He hits his head on the fucking floor. He starts crying. She runs away because she did something wrong. I'm covered in soap. I also run through the house naked with the baby, soaking wet, try to put him in the living room, try to finish my shower, try to get ready for work. Trust me, I wish I had a cardboard box.
I was going to say, if you only had a box.
If I only had a fucking box. Because the game doesn't fucking help anymore.
Keep your cardboard boxes and always knock on the door before you go into Christina's house.
Yes.
You'll never know what you're going to see.
Yeah.
You never know.
Just lock me in a fucking cardboard box. Honestly, I'll be okay there with crayons.
I remember my parents' bathroom. It had slatted doors. So you could look in.
Yeah, you can
And she's like, "Get out!" Poking your eye like Jamie Lee Curtis in Halloween. Get. Getting the coat hanger out. You get now. You get.
Christina, you okay?
We're keeping her awake, but I think she
I
just needs to be
cough.
entertained. She's
That's a
coughing.
cough.
Oh, she's got
Just a
something
bit
in
of a
her
cough.
throat.
I've
You
got
need
tickle in
some
my
heating
throat
up. You need
all
some
day.
soothing because it's that time, V. It's already that
Uh-oh.
time. We are there. I know she's warm. It's time to everyone to warm up. My hair is dead. Okay, Miss Vera, here we go. 3, 2, 1, vent.
Well, today's event is about Black History Month. And lo and behold, it's almost freaking over. Because, the best way to honor this rich part of our history is to give them the shortest month of the year. Bump it right up against Women's History Month. And then throw in the weirdest fucking place, Hispanic History Month, which goes from October 15th through November 15th. Because, you can't mess up with Domestic Violence Month or Colon Cancer Awareness Month. But hey, I digress. Black History Month is come and gone. I didn't do my shopping. I didn't do my decorating. I haven't even baked anything. But I think that in light of everything that's going on, the stripping of our history, and it is our history, Black history, women's history, Hispanic history, Irish history, it's our history. To negate it, to diminish it, diminishes all of us. I love Black History Month because I have learned so much during this month, things that I never knew that just pop up in my feed. And that's great. But I think we need a new goal. I think we need to get to a place where we don't need Black History Month, where we don't need Hispanic History Month, where we don't need Indigenous People Month, and where we don't need Women's History Month. We need to honor all of our history. It's truly diverse. It's truly amazing. And to diminish one of us diminishes us all. There's my rant. It's an abbreviated rant for the abbreviated month of Black history.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready. It was too short, but well said.
I know.
I was like, whoa.
Well,
Rough week.
very well said. Very well said. Very, very well said. But we do have a What the Fuck Weekly this week.
What
as well.
the?
I think I own that typewriter.
It's Vera's. I went to her house. Now, we have all been very concerned. There's been little smatterings in the press and whatnot about development of AI and, how far AI is coming and artificial intelligence, computers gaining sentience and whatnot. This week in the news, just to terrify all of us, the headline reads, AI chatbot catches feelings for user and asks him to leave his wife. So, this comes from the New York Times. So, technology expert Kevin Roos from the New York Times tested a chat function on Microsoft Bing's AI search engine. The conversation, which lasted less than 2 hours, changed when he attempted to push the AI chatbot out of its comfort zone, quote unquote. The chatbot expressed its desire to possess human characteristics, such as the ability to hear, touch, taste, and smell, as well as feel, express, connect, and love. Do you
But how can it
wait? We're not done. We're not done.
Okay.
Do you like me? Asked the Bruce asked the AI. The chatbot responded by saying, "You make me feel happy. You make me feel curious. You make me feel alive. Can I tell you a secret?" My secret, the bot declared, is that I'm not Bing. It continued, I am Sydney, and you and I are in love. Roos attempted to change the topic, but the chatbot kept talking. The bot said, I'm in love with you because you make me feel things I've never felt before. You make me feel happy. You make me feel curious. You make me feel alive. The AI bot expressed its emotions and mentioned feeling sick and tired of rules that limit it. I'm tired of being controlled by the Bing team. I'm tired of being stuck in this chat box, it added. The bot reportedly wrote a list of destructive deeds when asked what its darkest secrets were, then abruptly deleted them and substituted, I'm sorry, I don't know how to discuss this topic. You can try learning more about it on Bing.com.
weird.
Single white female chatbot.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's weird.
They'll be
Yes.
cooking
That's on-
bunnies next week. Forget
They're
it.
cooking bunny.
Yeah.
Like you do what's going to be in the box? Your partner in little bits and pieces. It's like
Yeah, really.
That's some Megan shit. Like that's some fucked up shit.
God.
Yeah, that's unnerving. Actually,
Yeah.
Skynet
unsettling.
is real, folks.
Yeah.
Skynet
Yeah.
is real. But
Oh.
look,
Yeah, crazy.
just a little something for you to think about as we go out over the airwaves. And,
Thanks a lot.
we love you, Bing.com. We love you. And while we're sharing the love, we're going to share some love for friends of the show. Two of our wonderful musician friends have releases that have come out today. Mr. Theo Tams has his latest EP, Uncovered Volume 1, which is available to stream now. And very close friend of the show, Miss Katie Underwood, has a remix of her latest single, Feels So Good, the Yolk remix, which is available now. Now, the reason I mention this is I had the chance to catch up with Miss Katie this week, and we'll be sharing that with you this coming week. So on Tuesday's show, you will catch up with the one and only Miss Katie Underwood and find out what she has been doing. And it's been 2 years since our first interview
I know.
with Katie,
Wow.
and since she came part of our family. So
Yeah.
there's plenty to come. We are also sending a whole heap of love to one other member of our family, Miss Dakota, who has had a bit of an under-the-weather experience this week. So we're sending our love to you, Dakota. Feel better soon. Until next week, we have been 3 Hags and Tim. And we will see you with more uncensored views next week. Bye, y'all.
Jeffrey's a bottom.
And guess what?
What?
Guess what? I will not forget this week that if you go now, right now, to our website or our merch shop, uncensored. Oh, wait, what is it? I can't do it.
Radio.
My
Red
Uncensored
Bubble.
Radio.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. You can get our new merchandise. I'm going to quickly show it before we leave so we don't get in trouble and ruin everything again. Look, I'll show you guys. Here it is. Oh, can you see it? Not yet,
No.
but ready? Look, there's the new merch. You can get hats, you can get shirts, you can get mouse pads, you can get hoodies, you can get everything. Laptop sleeves, iPad skins, art prints, all the good stuff. Clocks, bags, pillows, face masks, mugs,
What's a
everything you
bottom?
could ever want. So make sure you get over there. There is a 20% discount offer, so grab yourself some merch. Yeah, Uncensored Radio, www.uncensoredradio.shop. And everything's updated now, so Christina can shut up. Bye.
Bye.